In the Star Wars universe, the hyperdrive isn't just technology, it's the very heartbeat of civilization. It's the reason the Rebel Alliance can challenge the Empire, why smugglers can vanish into the black void of space, and why Luke Skywalker would look up at his twin suns and dream of traveling and exploring his galaxy. It connects planets, empires, and the destiny of an entire galaxy. Without the hyperdrive, the Star Wars universe wouldn't be the vast, interconnected galaxy we know. It would be a collection of isolated worlds separated by light years of empty, silent space. At first glance, the hyperdrive seems like pure Hollywood fantasy. Ships like the Millennium Falcon and Imperial Star Destroyers simply pull a lever. The next second, stars stretch into long streaks of light, and soon they've traveled across entire star systems. No countdown, no endless system checks and rechecks, just instant power that takes a ship and its crew across the galaxy. But behind the spectacle lies a surprisingly deep concept that's rooted, at least loosely, in real scientific thought. Star Wars may not explain it the way Star Trek does with warp fields and dilithium crystals, but the idea of hyperspace echoes real discussions in theoretical physics. Ideas about dimensions beyond our own, hidden layers of the universe where the rules of time and distance no longer apply. So, what exactly is hyperspace? In Star Wars, it's a separate dimension parallel to real space, where the normal limits of light speed don't exist. When a ship activates its hyperdrive, it doesn't move faster than light through normal space. It jumps into this alternate realm. Inside hyperspace, distances shrink dramatically, allowing ships to cross thousands of light years in a matter of hours or days. The glowing tunnel effect that surrounds the cockpit during a hyperjump is a visual representation of the ship slipping between dimensions. But the idea of hyperspace first appeared long before Star Wars. Early 20th century science fiction writers like John Campbell and E. Doc Smith used the term to describe a mysterious higher dimension that allowed interstellar travel. It was a narrative shortcut, a way to bypass Einstein's cosmic speed limit while maintaining the vastness of space. George Lucas took that concept and turned it into something cinematic, something more visceral. When Han Solo shouts, "Punch it, Chewie!" and the stars explode into streaks, you don't need an explanation. You see and feel what faster than light travel means. It's the ultimate expression of freedom, the ability to cheat time and the vastness of space. But how might a hyperdrive actually work if it were real? The closest scientific analogy comes from the idea of higher dimensions. Physicists like Kip Thorne, Michio Kaku, and Lisa Randall have speculated that our universe might be just one brain, a kind of three-dimensional slice floating within a higher dimensional existence. If a ship could leave our 3D brain and enter that higher dimension, it may be able to take a shortcut between two distant points. Similar to a 2D creature instantly traveling to the other side of a folded piece of paper instead of walking all the way across. Hyperspace travel in Star Wars is a dramatized version of this idea, traveling incredible distances through a higher dimensional realm where the geometry of the universe makes long distances meaningless. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that nothing with mass can move faster than light. As objects approach light speed, their mass effectively becomes infinite, and it would take infinite energy to accelerate them further. Star Wars doesn't try to accelerate ships to light speed. It moves them around that problem entirely. The hyperdrive doesn't break the speed limit, it bypasses it. By leaving normal space, ships avoid the constraints of Einstein's relativity. From the outside, they seem to vanish and simply reappear light years away. But inside the ship, time passes normally for the crew, They experience a few hours of travel, while trillions of kilometers are traversed, in what seems like no time at all. Yet even in this fictional system, navigation is everything. In Star Wars lore, hyperspace isn't empty. It's filled with gravitational wells from stars, planets, and black holes. Traveling blindly through it would be suicide. Ships rely on navigation computers, star charts, and coordinates calculated by droids. Hyperspace routes, known as hyperlanes, act like safe highways through this turbulent dimension, avoiding dangerous regions where a ship could be torn apart and ripped back into real space at catastrophic speed. The Corellian Run, the Hydian Way, and the Palemian trade route are more than just names. They're the invisible arteries that keep the galaxy alive. The Millennium Falcon, often called the fastest ship in the galaxy, became famous for its hyperdrive. Han Solo boasts that it made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs, which, despite being a unit of distance, is actually a clever nod to navigation skill. Han wasn't talking about speed. He was bragging that his ship could take a shorter, riskier route through hyperspace, closer to deadly black holes. The Falcon's hyperdrive isn't faster, it's more precise, able to cut corners that other ships wouldn't dare. That detail gives Han's ship and the film an added layer of realism, turning a throwaway line into a subtle nod to the dangers of space travel. From a real-world scientific perspective, a hyperdrive would require unimaginable energy. To open a bridge into another dimension, a ship would need to manipulate and bend space-time itself, something only black holes are known to do. The energy required could rival that of the energy output of entire stars. Some speculative theories suggest that a hyperdrive could exploit quantum wormholes, tiny transient tunnels in space-time predicted by general relativity. If you could stabilize such a wormhole and make it large enough for a ship to pass through, it may act in a similar way to Star Wars hyperspace. The ship wouldn't move through space. Space itself would rearrange around it. But the energy, exotic matter, and stability required for such a feat remain far beyond anything humanity could achieve. The cost, in human terms, would be equally staggering. Building a hyperdrive would require mastery of quantum gravity, control over space-time curvature, and access to power sources that make fusion reactors look like Duracell batteries. Even if such a device were possible, it would take centuries of scientific research and planetary-scale engineering to create. The testing alone would be so costly that it may bankrupt an entire civilization before it ever achieved anything close to hyperdrive technology. And yet, Star Wars makes it look effortless. That's the part Hollywood sci-fi magic that we all love. It presents an impossible technology as something ordinary, allowing audiences to focus not on the machinery, but on the human stories it enables. Rebellion, hope, discovery, and redemption across the stars. In that sense, the hyperdrive serves a deeper purpose than any real scientific theory. It turns the galaxy into a stage for myth, stories, and legend. Every jump through hyperspace is a symbolic leap between worlds, between light and dark, order and chaos, destiny and chance. While Star Trek tried to make faster-than-light travel sound plausible, Star Wars made it feel possible and effortless. Its technology doesn't ask us to understand, it invites us to believe. And perhaps that's why the hyperdrive endures as one of the greatest inventions in science fiction history. The hyperdrive may never actually become a functional system, but it exists in our minds, and that's where every real journey begins.